the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Baltimore Ravens. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now Jackson on first down. Gets this one to Hill. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Jackson. That's caught by the Sooner. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry now for Justice Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now they try the right side here. Nifty move. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Nobody leaked. Big play. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Second down and inches. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. I start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From a yard out. as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The numbers for Hill a week ago. 18 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On the crossing route, complete. That's Andrews. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 39.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On third down, Jackson. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jet sweep to start the drive. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it. Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Dancing to his left. He's got the first down inside the 10. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd and 10, Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson will throw again. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, and all of them going together as one unit.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. In for the score. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down. Jackson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball. 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Hill. And an alley to run. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson now. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Again, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The kidder here is complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They're going to look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Old play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
You want to go, cuz. If you ain't got long, baby. Oh, I ain't scared, Satan.
Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Second and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray.
I did not say. I didn't think he was going to go under there.
He'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. After the interception, here's Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 88 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the #1 or #2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A very solid gain of 27. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. For Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now left side on the swing pass. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give them a yard up to the 47.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
look to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now, that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Kamara. And an out. And Kamara has it stripped.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Jackson down on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Jackson now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Hill. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 45 on 2nd down. Jackson caught by Wilson.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Jackson throwing again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. That one goes for 8 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be.
And from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. That throw good for only a couple and brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Off the draw, here's Hill. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. So now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Throwing the outlet, incomplete. That's Andrews. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Throwing is Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Elsewhere, a fourth-quarter score now from Tampa. And it's the Bucs who have scored again to open up that lead. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw. And Wilson has it. Wow. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. It's Wilson. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They complete it to Hill. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really
And my goodness, another interception. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a first carry for their fullback. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He may try and run for this. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.